Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins Gate Zero. In the last episode, Rintaro's heart was completely torn when he finally read the message that Mayuri had left him on the cell phone that she'd given him before embarking on the time machine, which sadly was to end in despair and failure. But from the ashes of that resolve, Hoen Kioma has arisen once more, like the burning phoenix of his namesake. And with newfound resolve, Rintaro Okabe plans to use the time leap machine created by both Maho Hyajo and Itaru Hashida in order to create a new avenue to Steins Gate. Not only will he vow to save Kurisu and Mayuri, but he also has 5.7 billion other people to save from the ravages of World War III. And maybe, just maybe, he might end up saving Kaguri Shina in the process as well. For the first time in the year, I was back to my old self. It has been far too long. My friends saw me and nodded, their faces filled with resolve. Let us do this. It took almost 2 full days to finish work on the PhoneWave TBA, Unit 02, or the time leap machine at Mark II. Meanwhile, the chaos in Akihabara continued, and it wasn't safe to go outside. But fortunately, the lab remains undisturbed, working on the time leap machine while knowing that the battles might reach us at any minute, or that a special forces team might burst in at any time. It's a hard job that wore on our nerves. Rintaro's more than anyone else's, but still, we managed to finish the machine somehow. I jumped. Back in time we go. Once again. Back into the past. 5:45. But on the same day, of course. It seems like we're back on the streets of Akihabara, cell phone in hand. The next thing I knew, I was standing in the middle of an Akihabara alleyway. I was holding a cell phone in my hand. I had a nasty headache, and there was a stinging pain in my neck, but the effects of the time leaping is, we're pretty used to it by now. I felt a pain on one side of my head like a migraine headache, and the left side of my face hurt really bad. My vision flashed with dark and bright spots. I took a look around. The alley was still peaceful, and it's all starting to come back to me that we had an argument with Maho Hyajo, at which point Daru finally lost his cool and punched Rintaro straight in the face. Which explains why we're feeling a little bit out of sorts, more than usual after a time leap. I heard no gunshots and no explosions. It hasn't gone down yet, but if we don't pick up our pace, we'll live it all over again. The otaku were enjoying their shopping, and girls in maid outfits were calling out to passers-by. Just as usual. That alone was enough to tell me for sure that the time leap was a success, and our memory hasn't been corrupted in the slightest. I looked at the time on my smartphone, and It is actually a boon of the time leap phenomena that leaping back in time does not affect the divergence significantly. If it does, it's only on a barely infinitesimal level. July 7th, 5:45 p.m. So, hence reading Steiner doesn't kick in, and the worldline divergence doesn't change drastically, as I said. I had around 40 to 50 minutes before the war began. That still wasn't enough. But the 48-hour limit of the time loop machine meant that this was as far back as I could go. Well, we'll have to take what we can get, I suppose. No point in getting negative. Not this time. If the machine had been finished just a little later, it would have been too late. I shall be glad to have made it here at all. I knew what I'd been doing at this time. I was running around Akihabara, looking for Mayuri, but this time we know exactly where she is, the roof of the radio building. First I needed to call Maho, so we will do that by bringing up our phone and getting in touch with her, and bringing her up to speed. Of course she'll be a bit confused at first, but that cannot be helped. In a manner of speaking, we have.
Yeah, だが場所は分かった。急いでラボに戻ってきてくれ。
It's time to get our game faces on. I hung up before she could answer and went back to the lab myself. She was already there by the time I arrived, and Daru is as well.
マユリさん見つかったのよね。迎えに行かなくていいの？
We could do that, but first, we have something to take care of. And Daru's still worried. Daru was acting a little awkward, probably because he just hit me, even though we most likely deserved it. But never mind that now.
ヒアジョさん、よくやってくれた。はい。
Time to let her know the good news in advance. I grabbed both of her hands and shook them. Much to her surprise, both Maho and Daru seemed confused as to what was going on. You said you couldn't reach the heights that Kurisu Makase did. Well, we are living proof that you did reach those heights.
俺は48時間後の未来からタイムリープしてきたんだ。
This will be news to both Maho and especially Daru, considering what's happened.
マジ？
Very much so.
完成させたの？最低でもあと48時間以内に。
Indeed.
あ。
一体どうやって？
説明は後だ。
Yeah.
いいか、時間がない。よく聞いてくれ。何人もの命がかかってる。
They very much are at that. So we need to move quickly. I'd gone over the mission many times while waiting for work on the phone wave TBA to finish. I thought of everything to say.
ヒアジョさん、すぐにアマデウスにアクセスして、クリスとマホをバックアップごと全部消去しろ。
This may come as a disappointment to Amadeus, Kurisu and Maho, but better that we get rid of them before Leskinen and his cohorts get a chance to use them for their own ends.
レスキネンはあれを平和利用するつもりなんてない。
何を？そんなめちゃくちゃな。
The man you respect has betrayed you.
タイムリープしてきたって言っただろう。あと1時間もしないうちに秋葉原が戦場になるんだ。タイムマシンが狙われるんだよ。それが第三次世界大戦の始まりになる。阻止しないと鈴葉も真由里も死ぬ。
Maho and Daru went pale when they heard that.
マジ？え？マジ？
Painful as it is, this is no time to be shell-shocked
だか
anymore.
ら俺の言う通りにしてほしい。
データにはアクセスできるけど、外部からいじるには教授の持っている管理者権限が必要よ。
I think this is where our trusty super hacker comes in.
そこから先はダルの仕事だ。クラックしてデータを完全破壊しろ。
オキドキ任せろ。
That is why you are our favorite right arm, Daru. Daru started typing at incredible speed. His daughter's life was on the line, and Mayuri's as well. Maho stood next to him and typed in her ID and password to begin accessing Amadeus.
俺はラジカンへ行く。ここは任せたぞ。
Now it's time for
オカリン
part 2.
鈴葉を頼む。
はあ、任せろ。
We will at that, Daru. That's a promise. Daru didn't even look up from his computer. He has his work to do, and we have ours.
鈴葉、マユリ。
When I made it to the top of the radio building, Mayuri quickly ducked behind the time machine.
おかわり。
Mayuri was trying not to look at me. Her eyes were a little red because she'd been crying so much. She'd heard me talking about Kurusu's sacrifice in the Alpha World line. My heart ached again, realizing how much I'd hurt her inadvertently. By trying to protect her, we ended up pushing her away. Well, no longer.
マユリ、タイムマシンで過去へ戻るつもりか。
どうして？
Yeah. About how we know that.
俺は48時間後からタイムリープしてきた。全部知ってる。
Speaking of which, we should probably wrap this up as quickly as possible before Leskinen's armed soldiers come in and cause a huge ruckus.
それ本当？
Indeed it is, Suzuha Mane. Hard as it is to believe, especially from where you're standing. I nodded.
ここはあと30分もしないうちに戦場になる。
No pressure then. As always.
まさかタイムマシンのことがどこかから漏れるの？
Yeah, Strategic Focus knows, and they're on their way, followed by virtually every militia under the sun.
あ、
まずい。だったら今すぐに飛ぶしかない。
Suzuha leapt into the time machine.
いや、ちょっとだけ待ってくれ。ダルとヒアジョーさんが今先手を打っているところだ。
That's still no guarantee that Stratfor won't show up.
優秀な二人だ。必ずうまくいくだろう。でも、もし仮に思い通りにいかなかったら。
行かなかったら。
We don't exactly have a lot of options left to us. And the 48-hour time window is
死ぬかもしれない。
very constricting at this point. Also, the unfortunate truth that Mayuri and Suzuha die in the explosion.
かもしれないってどういう意味？オカリンおじさんがタイムリープする前の世界で私たちはどうなったの？
It's like we have no choice but to tell them everything and change fate once more.
というか、おじさんがタイムリープしてきたってことは何か致命的な失敗があった。そうなんだね。
You're entirely correct there, Suzuha. I didn't know if I should tell them. No, There was no time to hesitate. We've
鈴
kept
葉
the
とマユ
truth
リが乗
from
っていたタイ
Mayuri
ム
for
マシン
far
は
too long.
時間跳躍直前にロケットランチャーの直撃を受けた。
Speaking of Stratfor approaching from the outside, Leskinen will be on his way in a few minutes as well.
でも乗っていたお前たち2人の死体はマシンの残骸の中からは見つからなかったんだ。
なるほど。だからかもしれないか。
And of course we could have banked it all on the odds, but we're not going to do that. That would be a
それ
foolish
なら未来は
mistake.
確定してない。まだ成功の可能性は残されてる。
Still, it is only a very small window of possibility, but it is
鈴葉
there.
ならそう言うと思った。
止めないでよ、おじさん。
Her eyes were filled with resolve. They seemed to say if I tried to stop her, she'd do whatever it took to ensure that I failed. Of course, I had no intention of stopping her. Not this time. She'd come here to do her job, and there was no way to change her mind. Actually, I'd come to ensure that she could jump without having to worry about Stratfor's interference. But Mayuri, the uncertainty that had been going in and out of my mind ever since I read her message reared its head again.
なあ、マユリ、本当に言ってしまうのか。
It needs to be said.
お前に隠し事をしていたのは謝る。でも俺もクリスもみんながお前のことを大好きなんだ。
You were the spark that held the Future Gadget Laboratory together in the first place.
そんなお前を助けたくてこの世界線にたどり着いたんだ。なのにお前が言ってしまったら俺たちは
It will all be for
おかわり。
nothing.
いやお前の気持ちは痛いほど分かってるけど
ねえ、おかりんおじさん。
Seems that Suzuha has something to say. And then Suzuha spoke softly.
オペレーションアークライトが発動したんだよ。
Operation Aquila.
オペレーションアークライト。
私が聞かされていた当初の計画とは違う。戻るのは去年の7月28日じゃなくて8月21日になった。
Wait, so they're not going back to the 28th, but they're not going back to the 27th as well. Instead, they're going to August 21st. That was roughly a month after Kurasu's death, when Suzuha came back into their lives.
8月21日。
That was the day that Suzuha had come in the time machine, and the day I'd given up on everything.
そのオペレーションにはマユ姉さんも必要なんだ。
In other words, they're going to try a completely different tactic.
未来の父さんから私はそう指示を受けた。ついさっき。
なんだって。
In the future, Daru had come up with an operation I knew nothing about. And he needed Mayuri for it? Well, technically, it's not entirely accurate that you didn't know anything about it. You would know if you watched the video. Her unexpected words sent my mind reeling.
かり。
And then Mayuri came close enough for me to hold her and grabbed my hand tight. She looked a little like she was about to cry, but her eyes were clear and bright.
マユリ。
行かせて。
At this moment in time, Mayuri Shino is no longer holding Kiyoma's hostage. However, what she is about to do, she is doing for your sake, this time.
マユシーもラボメンなんだよ。落ち込んじゃってる彦星さんをマユシーがひっぱたいてきてあげるから。お願い。
I remembered what was in that message. I remembered how she must feel right now. The last remnants of my hesitation slowly melted away.
俺一人で何もかも背負ってると勘違いしていたんだな。
Indeed, as much as you tried to protect Mayuri from the nightmares plaguing her in the Alpha worldline, you were unsuccessful.
周りのことが見えてなかったんだな。マユリだけじゃない。俺の近くにはたくさんのラボメンたちがいるのにな。
Indeed, come rain or shine, the future gadget laboratory is with you to the very end, Rintaro Ogabe.
おかり。
Yeah, we forgot about someone that we knew was coming, and yet we didn't do anything about it. I suddenly felt a horrible pain in my leg as the shock knocked me several meters forward and onto the ground. I looked down at my leg and saw that there was a red stain around the calf. It felt like it was on fire. The pain flared up each time my heart beat and I couldn't stand. Was I just shot? Most certainly. And it's probably a good thing that our kneecap wasn't completely obliterated, or there would be no hope for us.
お前、かがり。
Oh no. It was someone else that we forgot about. The girl in the motorcycle suit was standing there. Kagari Shina. Yeah. Things just got a little bit complicated, adventurers. So when we return, we shall see how this little situation plays itself out. As always, until next we meet.